All right, we have this question from section 1.4, number 64. Definitely a question that will make the exam, as you've seen it delineated already in the exam review. But somebody asked for this question, number 64 in section 1.4, just to give one of the um, trig values for a particular angle. So what do I want to remember? Well, I need to know about this angle. I know that this angle has a terminal side in quadrant 3, and it's tangent, and tangent is opposite, or y, over adjacent, or x. So you can think about it as y over x, right? Y height is root 7, x is 3. Um, but there's something that I would really recommend doing in this. These are both directional. And so the reason why the tangent's working out positive is because they're both negative. So that's what we have right now. The secant of theta is 1 over cosine of theta. And so I know what cosine theta is. Cosine theta is opposite over adjacent, right? And so, I'm sorry, adjacent, adjacent over hypotenuse. Apologize. So it's adjacent over hypotenuse. So this is hypotenuse over adjacent. So this, if the cosine would have been the negative root or the negative 3 over the hypotenuse. But this one's going to be the hypotenuse over the adjacent side. So we need to solve for this side. I'll call it C because that's what we normally do. So I go into negative 3 squared plus the square root of negative 7 squared. And let me write that negative 3 squared appropriately. It's probably driving somebody nuts. But the negative is being squared. So I get 9 plus 7 is equal to c squared. Get a nice 16 is equal to c squared. C is always positive, so we get a nice 4 out of that. So we spent all of that time, which wasn't very much, using a pre-algebra idea to come up with that side being 4. Why do we care? Because the cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Sorry about that. And so the secant, oops, didn't grab the right style of pen. Here, let me get rid of that and come in here. And so the secant, instead of being the negative 3 over 4, it's going to be 4 over negative 3, and we're finished. Should be a fairly quick problem to do if your trig understanding is okay. So you draw that guy, draw the reference angle that's there. Remember, we can get everything off of that reference angle. Plot the sides and just answer the question. So it's pretty nice. And what's nice is you can take a nice holistic view of everything as you range through these first sections of work.